As a young entrepreneur, selecting the right crop to plant and understanding the soil and its environmental conditions are crucial for success. First, you want to look at crop selection. Here, you're going to be doing a market research. You know the kind of seed that you are buying, consumer preferences. Just like when we have cucumbers, we have different kind of cucumbers. We have the green giant cucumbers and the other one. In certain areas, and you notice that the people around that area like to buy a certain kind of. So that's a market research you need to do, right? You need to be able to know and determine the kind of crops, the selections that are like the ones that are generally accepted in that area, right? Consumer preference is what we are talking about. And then you are looking at the climate and seasonality in that area. So you want to know, okay, is it the season? For what season does this grow? What season the climate changes? That. So those are conditions for your crop selections. And then you are also looking at, eventually you're looking at your economic value, right? Because you are going into it, you're venturing into it for money. So you're looking at the economic value. So you're doing your estimates now. You're estimating how much is going to come out of it. Then next, you want to look at soil analysis. The soil analysis is very important, so you can determine the type and the texture of the soil. You can determine the water retention, the water drainage capacity, the aeration capacity. You understand? If it's a sandy soil, loamy soil, clay soil. You want to understand the soil type. So the soil testing is usually very important. You want to know if it's acidic, you want to know the pH levels of the soil. You want to even understand, okay, how fertile the soil is. Will it require fertilizing? How much fertilizing would you need for that kind of soil? So those are the kind of things. That's why the soil testing is you want to know the nutrient level now of that soil. And you want to know, okay, is it cassava that would be good to grow in this kind of area, considering the water retention capacity, considering the nutrient level, the pH level. Is it best that we grow rice in this area? Is it best that we grow beans in this area? So you want to consider your soil, the entire environment of the soil, the condition of the soil. So you're looking at the soil type and the soil texture. So that's where we're looking at soil testing. Then again, you want to look at the environmental conditions of the area, right? Where you want to, if it's suitable for the crop. Oh, I love tomatoes, but then you want to know, is this place suitable for tomatoes? You want to ask around, right? And then even if it's not suitable, that's why we are into this modern farming now. You want to know, okay, how can I create a suitable environment for this tomato? I want to grow tomatoes here, and maybe we have issue of the soil, we have issue of the rainfall, the amount of rainfall in that area. What do I do? That's why it's important to understand these things. So you want to understand the kind of soil condition that the crop. So first of all, you're picking the crop, then you are considering the soil, right? So, okay, the environment. So if it's so that wherever it is, if you say, oh, I love to grow vegetables, you can actually grow vegetables anywhere. It's just for you to be able to provide a conducive environment for the vegetables to grow. So okay, this environment is not conducive. What do I do to make this environment conducive, right? Thirdly, we're looking at environmental conditions. Okay, I think I mentioned that before. Environmental conditions. You want to know, is the place flood prone? You're looking at sunlight and shading. If the crop is not one that needs too much sunlight, right? The crop you have selected now, it doesn't need too much sunlight. So you want to consider that environment, sunlight and shading. You want to consider, of course, we talked about the temperature now and the rainfall. You also want to consider if it is a flood-prone place. If it's flood-prone, is there protection, right? You want to consider if protection has been made. So now, if you're looking at all these things, if you consider all these things as a young entrepreneur, you want to consider the soil type, the crop selections, and the environment. Putting this together, you can be sure that you're going to be having very bountiful harvest, and like I always say, we're going to enjoy being a farmer.